From Los Angeles, California, this is Burncast and I'm the bomb. My guest today is the one and only Ricky Vegas. And Ricky, you have a very special place in my heart.
You too do.
Ricky.
The bomb.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your Burning Man. Burning Man 2010, how many years you've been going, and how it was for you this year.
This was, 2010. This is my fourth year going, again with theme camps. Everyone asked me where I was camping, and I was like, oh, I'm part of 5 camps, which was like mostly true. I was only really part of 2 camps, but adopted into some other ones. It was my most difficult burn ever because I made a few small mistakes, which was camping with a new camp, just to understand like the dynamic of camping with a new camp, camping in a different location, a 10 o'clock spoke, kind of away from the 7:30 area I'd always been accustomed to, and camping with a totally new age group, new people, and the biggest mistake was camping with somebody who was a previous lover, which I thought would work out because we had made like this really huge contract about what we would do and our expectations, and it completely got broken in half and then just run over. So.
Is that something you want to get into or on the show? Or No.
No. That's. I mean, maybe on another Playa Love episode, it's more appropriate. But this year was very interesting for a lot of reasons. When we looked at the plaza, I didn't feel that there was as much climbable art up this year, and people were like, oh no, there are things you can climb, but I was like, I remember a time where everything was climbable. You're just like, that thing I can climb it, and that thing I can climb it, and I'm an arborealist at heart, so...
How many years have you been going to Burning Man?
4, but you know, we started off with the theme camps, and we started off with like early arrivals, and that's like really changes your entire experience, because when you can arrive like the Saturday or the Thursday before the burn, it's just like zero like people around, like no structures are really up, and once people start arriving, you already have a space to host people, and then you can help people like put up their tents and drive in a rebar all day and on Monday and Tuesday, and you really build that community with your fellow neighbors.
Oh shit, I don't have a wand. I lost it at Burning Man this year.
a lot of wands got lost, a lot of wands got found, you know, some more magical than others, but well, I learned a lot by being more independent this year.
Every time I saw you, you were by yourself.
Every time I saw me, I was by myself, and that was part of like how I was rolling. I just couldn't find an energy with the camp I was going with, and then I always lost my friends, and whenever I went to their camp, they were missing, and that was totally fine because I ended up having a very unique experience this year. The police presence was off the chain this year. Like,
how do you mean?
People always say like, oh yeah, well there's always police, and it's like, yeah, there's always police, but you expect these really linear 4, 5, 6% acquisition jumps from the previous year. You know, if it's like 100 people, in drug acquisition last year, it's going to be 106 people, and then next year it's going to be 113 people. This year it seemed to like just jump a whole order of magnitude above and beyond because they were so persistent and they were so good at it this year.
How do you mean?
Well, there was a narc car.
Oh, let's talk about that.
A narc car.
Yeah. Let's tell our audience.
And I didn't know what it looked like, but I asked my friends who had been part of other art car projects, you know, well, my most important question is, does it look good?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm tired of seeing all these really bad Broncos and diesel trucks that are dressed up with a PVC shade structure around them that has just a Technicolor branch of color, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's the Caterpillar art car, and I'm like, that just looks like a bus dressed in green, but all right, I'll give it to you. And I asked them, did it look good? And they said like, oh yeah, it looks really good. I was like, damn.
Did you actually see it?
I didn't see it, but they said it looked really good, and that was like kind of like depressing because it was like there are other like, I guess, legitimate art cars who aren't narcs that like don't look good, and like the effort wasn't there. I didn't see it. I was glad that my camp was really amazing. The Purgatory Cruiser and the Nero Weapon were really holding it down all week. They had DJs on both. They had a flame cannon turrets on one of them. A lot of people said it was maybe one of the most scariest art cars they'd ever seen, and that's how I described it. I said, like, if you feel really afraid when you see this art car, that might be ours. Deep-seated terror? Yeah, it's us.
So tell us, I was really fascinated by your gift at Burning Man this year. Would you tell our audience a little bit about what you gave out? Oh, and by the way, what you gave out is actually becoming an issue. And I'll talk about that in a minute.
Was this the tequila?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, This is the third year I've been offering Scorpion Tequila to the playa. Basically, it is blue agave tequila, and then I go to Arizona, where I'm from, and I hunt striped bark scorpions and yellow bark scorpions. I basically just go around with my UV flashlight in the middle of nowhere, just like at 1 to 3 in the morning, because that's when it's the darkest. And
is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's a good time to go. And so, like, I just go out there. I probably spend like 20 to 30, just about 20 hours out there every summer, just hunting scorpions in the dead of night. And I pick up these scorpions and I put them straight into the tequila, so that if their soul has any essence of weight, that it like gets imbibed into the tequila. Mm-hmm. Now, this is like just a power of magnitude above the worm. You know, you've gone to Mexico and you've seen the worm in your drink, and it's supposed to be like as a novelty spice, but it actually does imbibe a little bit of flavor into the drink. So I thought, well, scorpions would be like a really natural next step to that, because it's been done in Asia for so long, and I don't want to order this product from Asia. I want to be a really big part of the process. Mm-hmm. So hunting the scorpions and putting them in the tequila is like what I do. And what happens is, because scorpions are largely like fluid based on the inside, and that their venom, which is a protein, gets denatured into a peptide, a non-functional protein, it gets put into the tequila and it mixes in. It really changes the texture of it, which is really beautiful, because these are really high quality sipping tequilas, and then I offer them to these people, and some people who really enjoy tequila, they're like, wow, that's the most amazing tequila I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's because, you know, you have this protein, you know, texturing out, like basically texturing and fulfilling out those little edges and corners and really making it a rounded experience. Then the scorpion itself has its own little unique kind of flavor, which it imparts onto the tequila, which is, you know, only described as scorpionness.
Right.
But a lot of people really liked it, and it's a show, and then eventually when the bottle's gone, everyone gets to eat the scorpions, and then they have a unique Burning Man experience, because, you know, everyone comes out here and they're like, oh yeah, I saw the biggest explosion in my life, and I saw the biggest light show and the most amazing art, and it's like, well, have you had any scorpions out here? They're like, no. It's like, well, here's your chance, you know? And it's totally innocuous. You know, these scorpions are, you know, in the alcohol, so they don't pose like any kind of health threats to people, and in that sense, you know, it's just about you getting over the idea of eating a bug, because a lot of people have this really strange concept that eating insects is like dirty or filthy, but in fact,
there's
like
something grotesque about it.
Yeah, something grotesque about it, and you know, I just try to take away that idea through the novelty, you know, by replacing it with another novelty. Yeah. And so...
well, it's interesting because there's been a lot of dosing at Burning Man I've become aware of this year, especially, did you hear about this at our camp?
I heard somebody got acid dosed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, I went over to the guild, the Thunderdome Guild, and I was offering the Scorpion Tequila, and like nobody took it. And then later on I realized, well, maybe there's a lot of dosing going around, so maybe that's why they were afraid. And I was like, well, okay, well, you know, that sucks, that's understandable. But you know, like, I don't know, like, I hold myself accountable to my product, and like, you know, there's always been nothing but goodness surrounding it.
So that's what was my question, the issue around giving away food or drink.
Is it dosed? Yeah, like, does it have weed in it? It's like,
or what's in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, highlights from 2010.
Well, everyone's like talking about it, and I forgot the name of the art piece, but it was this woman.
Bliss, yeah.
Bliss,
yes,
you know, this woman,
that was pretty amazing.
Woman who's dancing, very anatomically beautiful, very like lit up at night. I finally rode the Purple Palace. I had never been on there, if you could believe it.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the largest art car on the playa.
Bigger than that freaking boat?
It's the boat.
Oh, it's called the Purple Palace?
The Purple Palace.
Oh, I did not know that.
And it was so funny because we got on there and like the DJ was crushing it, and we were just like all trying to dance, but then he was like, no, don't dance, you're gonna break the suspension. I'm like, so we're like on this amazing art car, and it's like going off, and like all we could do is like do these like horizontal movements so that we don't create strain on the vehicle. What else? There were so many like things that were really tiny, in my opinion, like that really helped me out. I was walking around really aimless and lost one night, and there was a hot coffee stand in the middle of the plaza, and that was like, oh my god, that's exactly what I need, because I couldn't get I was at backcountry for like an hour trying to get a drink, and I was just like, alright, I guess it's not gonna happen. And so I started shooting off across the playa, and I found hot coffee, and then I found my good old friend Katrina, like right then there, like right at the coffee stand. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking insane.
Message to the virgin burner.
Message to the virgin burner. bring something. If you like, I didn't see enough offering out there. Like, don't make your last minute Michael Crafts gifts and give them out because people are gonna throw them away. If people aren't gonna want it forever, then don't even try. Like paper clips and like
paper clips, seriously?
well, you know those clothespins that just get painted? It's like, this is retarded, alright? You know, like, don't buy a sack full of shit and then give it away. It's not called gifting. It's called, like, it's called mooping. Mifting.
Mifting?
Yeah.
Alright.
Materials out of place, gifting.
Alright, and advice to the jaded veteran burner.
It's gonna keep changing, brother.
Yeah.
Stick in there, you know? Like, if you don't see what you want, bring it back, you know? Like, create it again.
Nice. Anything else?
No, I love you all, guys, and it looks like I'm addicted. I'll see you in 2011.
Fuck your day, Ricky. I love you.
Fuck your day. I love you.